There needs to be a conversation about colorism. And the book Paper Bag by Brian W. Smith does just that. You want to hear about it? Here it goes.
It's gonna be the intro to your book review. Right.
So listen, I feel like I want to tell you guys a little bit of my experience with colorism before I start delving into the discussion about this book. And that is that I don't really have any, okay? So I feel like when you're brown skin, where you're not a red bone and you're not dark skin, you're just like right in the middle, you tend to avoid certain things that's based around colorism, right? And I haven't really had any personal experiences where I felt like somebody treated me differently because of the color of my skin, within the Black community, that is. However, I do recognize that it happens a lot. And I have vicariously learned a lot about those types of things from family members and friends in my adulthood. Can't say that I really ever paid it much attention when I was young, but modern day, it still exists. It still happens. And this book definitely gives a really great look into blatant and subtle colorism that still exists today. I'm actually really glad that I had an opportunity to read a book, although fictional, but still with a lot of truth in it, because like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of personal experience with it. And typically when I do read about it, it's in historical fiction. But this book is based in modern day times, and it gives you some very modern day real world scenarios of how we are treating each other. And these mentalities that I really wish were old, but they're not. Like, y'all still out here judging people by the color of their skin in your own doggone community. And shame on y'all. So I'm not going to spoil the book for you, at least in the first part of this review, because I got some stuff I want to say that is specific to the book. So I'm going to tailor the latter part of this review for those of us who have already experienced the book. But for the first part, I just want to give you guys an idea of what it's about, some of the stuff that you can expect to read about in the book, and why I actually enjoyed it, and let you know what type of acrylic nail rating I gave the book. So our story is about two people who are interested in being romantically involved with each other. We've got Monty and we've got Summer. So Monty is dark skinned and Summer is light skinned. And while you would think that in 2021 that this would not really even be a big deal, apparently down in Louisiana, where the Creoles still reside, it's a problem. It's a big deal. And so we see how the generations of mulattoes and Creoles and light-skinned, long hair, wavy hair, light-eyed people just really have tried to maintain their like whiteness, and how it is affecting modern day ladies and men from being able to love each other the way that they want to. Now, throughout this book, we had some actual history lessons, and I actually had to go and Google a few things to make sure that I knew exactly what it was that the author was talking about. So he talks a lot about how the Creole community even came about. So I thought that was really interesting. And then, of course, as you can tell from the title of the book, Paper Bag, we talk about the brown paper bag test and what that is, and how it affected our community, the Black community back then, and apparently how it affects our community today. If you're not familiar with either of those terminology, the Creoles or the brown paper bag test, by all means, go Google it, look it up. it is some interesting stuff. And then when you recognize what it is based in, and then you take a look around and start to notice certain things in the world today, you'll recognize how a lot of that mentality still exists. And the author gives us some really great characters too. And that's not to say that you're going to actually like them all, but you are going to feel a way about them. And see, that's what's important to me. It's not so much that you give me characters that I'll just fall in love with, but give me characters that I'm going to feel a way about. Like, I need to like hate them and want to put them in the ground, okay? And I did feel that way. Or I want to feel like somebody is just like super creepy and get on my nerves. And I low-key felt that way about one of the characters in the book too. And I'm going to talk about who that was later on in this video, because I'm willing to bet that some folks might not even know who I'm talking about or why I would say that, but I'm going to tell you why. I feel like this book personifies the climate of our country right now, actually. We have the blatant hate, and then we have the subtle hate, okay? So we have these blatant acts that occur, like the George Floyd situation, where you've got this man with his knee on another man's neck for 9 minutes, killing him on camera. Very blatant hatred. And then you have these closed door sessions with these politicians who are passing laws to suppress voters. Subtle. And we see this in Paper Bag. So this definitely speaks to our world right now. The editing on the book was done well. And it did not give me the expected happy ending that I honestly would have been fine with. But I didn't get. And it was cleverly placed, and I was digging it. I really do feel like this will be a great book for a book club, because with the topic of colorism being so socially relevant even today, I know that there are a lot of opinions about it, and this will make for some really great conversation. The author gives us some discussion questions as well. So if you needed some assistance with sparking the conversation, the book clubs have opportunity to utilize those. I'm probably going to tap into a few of them when I start talking about some spoiler stuff towards the latter part of this video, which actually is about to come up really soon. So folks that ain't read the book, this is what I'm gonna need you to do right now, is to number one, like this video. Okay. If you have not subscribed, then I need you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell so that you know every time that I upload a video. And then what I need you to do is to go ahead and get down in the description section and get the book and read the book and review the book. And then, of course, come back, talk to me about what you loved about Paper Bag. So I bet you're wondering what I gave this book. You want to know how many acrylic nails it got, don't ya? Well, Paper Bag by Brian W. Smith got 5 acrylic nails from Tam Telling Tales. Paper Bag was a great read, and you are definitely going to want to talk about this book with other people. Dare I say that it is a great unisex book too. So if, ladies, you're out there and looking for something that you would possibly want to read with your male friend, your husband, your whoever, I think this will be a great book for that, because it's not girly. I think that across the board, men and women alike could really enjoy reading this book. And of course, I already told you that I think is very, very suitable for a book club, because y'all gonna be on this one, because Whew, yeah, it's a conversation starter. Like, I feel like I was having some conversations in my head to myself. And maybe not even in my head. I might have said a couple things like out loud about the book to myself. Like maybe riding in the car. Like, man, I sure can't stand that doggone Summer. Anywho, yes. I would highly recommend this book. Definitely if you are partnering with someone or doing a book club, because you absolutely are going to want to talk about this book with somebody. I want to talk about it with you guys. So get down in my comment section and tell me what you thought if you've already read it. And for those of us that have read the book, stay tuned. If you don't want to experience any spoilers, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to suggest you head on out now. All right? Okay, y'all. See you later. But come on back after you read the book and review it. Eh? Okay, so here we go. It's time to talk about Paper Bag. Let me tell you about who I just never got a good vibe off of. And that was Summer. Like, I didn't like her throughout the whole entire book. Even with her giving us her whole little spiel about how she was getting discriminated against by the dark-skinned girl at her job, I was still just not feeling her. And part of it was because it was like this unconscious entitlement that she still seems to have even when she knew that she was dead wrong. Okay. The part that tripped me out, told me up about her, and I was just like, ugh. Like, I already wasn't sure I was going to like her, and now I know I definitely don't like her, was when she realized that she needed Monty to help Langston out, and now here she come on his phone being all sad and sappy after she done pretty much been like, yeah, dark-skinned man, I can't be with you. Okay? Now you need him. Now you are... Oh, Monty, I love you. Oh! Now you love him. Now you love his little nappy hair, huh? Now you love his little dark skin, huh? Because your mama done sat up here and told you to go use that man. And I don't care nothing about what somebody try to say. The apple ain't falling far from the tree on that. Okay? At the end of that book, we knew that Tammy still had it all in her. Yeah, she was grateful to have her son out of jail and all of that, but she still had not changed her heart when it came to the ideas of colorism. And quite frankly, I don't think Summer had either. I think that she just still just kind of functions in entitlement. And I ain't like her. I didn't like her. It was like, okay, I get it. We can't put Zora with Monty because the whole dark skin just would have been too, I guess, predictable. But I don't like Summer. If he was going to be with somebody, I just would have rather he had been with somebody totally different altogether. But I didn't like it. And then this was the other thing about Monty that I just was not vibing with. He came off kind of weak to me. Like, you let this woman dog you like this twice? Because, she already did it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Sent you off the porch. And now we fast forward, we adults. And she playing you. And you just gonna let her? It's like you got Pop there to tell you, like, hey, son, be on the lookout. This is how they move. And you refuse to even listen to logic. And now here you are, made a baby with her. And you sitting up here watching her mama subtly disrespect your child. And I feel like it's only a matter of time before it becomes more and more blatant. And I don't think that Summer is much different from her mama. I don't. I think that I don't like her. I guess I probably made that clear, huh? Okay. Another thing. Why Monty Mama? What is her name? Brianna? I think it's Monty mama name is Brianna. Which I'm trying to figure out why these old women got these old young names. Why her name Brianna? Why is old girl mama name Tammy? I was like, wait a minute, who in this book here? And then you got the young people with names like Langston and Monty and Zora. I'm like, them is the old people names. But okay, that's neither here nor there. But Monty's mama, she didn't hold disrespected you. I mean, treated you like trash. And granted, it was back when y'all were teenagers, but still, it's just certain stuff that, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move on in my life from me, but I'm not about to go out of my way to do something for you after you done mistreated me. The best I'm going to be able to do is not mistreat you. But I'm not sending my son to defend your kids in court. I'm not going to extend that out to you. I'm not. And she did. And it irritated me a little bit because I just be feeling like, why do we be feeling like we always gotta turn the other cheek all the time? Ain't nobody else got to do it but us. And by us, I mean Black folks. Because, I mean, granted, we are talking about colorism. Everybody in this month is Black. But realistically, they are very, very light-skinned. And, of course, they probably, fare over on the whiter side, okay? And it's just like the darker you are, the more meek you feel like you gotta be towards them because they lighter. And I just, mama, why? You was on your deathbed too, and then you just about to make your son cower to or their lightness. I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. I was rocking with Pop for a lot of the things that he was saying. But I'm going to tell you why I really was not rocking with Pop overall. Like what and who his character was. Okay. Pop is a nasty old man. Let's just put it out there. He is nasty, okay? And we got them type of people in real life like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very realistic character that he is, for sure. My problem with Pop, the character, and the real people like him in the world is that we kind of normalize the nasty old man, the one that be saying inappropriate stuff, the old girl, them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't kind of normalize that for a long time. And reading his character made me realize that, like, we low-key kind of like throw them into our storylines and on our scripts for television to get, giggles from, because they tend to be pretty funny. But they be nasty, though. They low-key are them dudes that you make sure your daughters don't go next to for too long because you ain't too sure what type of inappropriateness is going to happen. And I don't think that we should be continuing to make light of that because it's not a good look. Don't get me wrong. His character in the book was like legit very realistic because these individuals exist. But as a community in the real world, I want us to not like them. Like, we can't like them. I can appreciate some of the commentary that he was bringing to the book because he was the one that talked about the brown paper bag test. He was the ones that was talking about, the Creole people and everything. But just him overall with his weed smoking and his, and I do this to her and kiki. It was just he was so cringy. Ugh. Y'all know what? This is probably personal because I feel like I know somebody like this. Not my family, but this person that, never mind. But yeah, Pop low-key got on my nerves. Okay, bye. You guys that stuck in here with me to the very end, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So you already know that I gave this book 5 acrylic nails. Make sure again that you have liked this video, you have subscribed to the channel, and you have hit the notification bell. I want to know, how many acrylic nails would you give the book? Go ahead and put that down in the comment section. And remember, I'm Tam. I'm telling tales. Read a book.